A very warm welcome to the tradingmentors.com. This is Chris, head trader. Hope you are well. And this YouTube video is all about gold trading software on autopilot. And we're going to show you how to make 100% profits with guaranteed success using the best gold software in the world. And I'm going to explain a few things. First of all, I'm going to explain the guarantee, how we make the profits, and also the conditions to which you need to understand before you get involved in the trading software. So the trading software is all about auto trading, otherwise known as copy trading. This is organized by our broker. They have the software to put in the links. So what we're going to do is talk about the risks involved. And it's really important that you do understand this, because otherwise you'll be trading blind. Not that you're doing any trading, because this is auto trading software, but nonetheless you do need to understand the risks involved. So together we can improve your gold trading performance immediately to become the top 10%, not the 90%, using the gold software. So in this disclaimer here, I've copied and pasted this from a leading broker, and this is their disclaimer. And it's a disclaimer for us as well, so that you understand what's involved. But this indicates what actually happens in the real world. So let's read this out. CFDs are complex instruments and come with a high risk of losing money rapidly due to leverage. I'll give you a complete understanding of leverage, so you understand what that's about. 71 to 90% of retail investors lose money when trading. You should consider whether you understand how CFDs work and whether you can afford to take the high risk of losing your money. In other words, remember this, 71 to 90% of traders lose their money. So what I'm going to do, and this is the agenda for the next few minutes, which hopefully you're going to enjoy. We're going to go into the charts, we're going to go into the trading, understanding how it works, why it works, and how you can profit and start immediately. So we're going to go into cracking the code using false breakouts. These are really important, especially when gold trading. I'll show you those in a little bit of detail. Mastering leverage, a comprehensive guide. The power of compounding using Delta 10. I'll explain that. Top tools for top performance. I'll show you that in TradingView and my MT4 chart. Entry points, stops, and targets, so you'll understand what risks we are taking. What size lots you should be using, that we use, and decoding the 2040 strategic system and the path to profits, the $100,000 trading plan. So what is a false breakout? This is the most common fault that most people get wrong, and 71% to 90% of people do this, and they wonder why they lose money. So this is what happens. So in a breaker structure, which is this here, people buy into the breaker structure, and I'll show you that a little bit later. And this is what we call a false breakout. So this is what happens afterwards, and people wonder why, if you get a breaker structure here, why that's not continued and the price has gone down. The market is manipulated. So it gives you false breaks, and our software tells you when those false breaks occur. So this is our TradingView chart, which tells us where the false breakouts are, so that we can action those trades and get that 10% of the traders that are making money. There's not many of us around, but I've been doing this for 30 years, and this is my favorite way of making money in gold. So let me explain. So as the TradingView chart, this is not live, this is a picture of course, but nonetheless you can see the breakouts here. So all the buyers will be coming in, the 71% to 90% of people will be selling there. 71 to 90% of people will be selling there. 71 to 90% people will be selling there. So we can actually see straight away that the price is going the wrong way, and everyone is selling, so we'll be buying. We do the opposite of what people think. And I'm going to go into detail about the CHOCH and the breaker structure. So here we've got a breaker structure here, Let me draw a line there just to highlight. So all the sellers are coming in. Of course, we're not. We're the buyers. We're buying here, or here, or here, or here. So there's a false break there. There's a false break there. That might not seem a lot, but that's about 200 pips there. This might not seem a lot, but that's 200 to 300, 400 pips there. 300 to 400 pips up there. That might not seem a lot there to there, but that's 100 to 200 pips there. So these are really important factors to know about. And you can buy the software, of course. All the links are below. Understanding leverage is really important as well. So this is a brief guide, a bit blurry this picture, but it gives you a flavour. So 1-to-1 leverage is no leverage. So you need $100,000 to trade $100,000. 2-to-1 leverage, you only need $50,000 to trade 100. 50-to-1, $2,000 to trade $100,000. 100-to-1, $1,000 to trade 100,000. 200-to-1, $500, and 400-to-1, $100,000. $250 is required in your account to trade that. So that's leverage, and the leverage gives you the power to trade high numbers and make large profits. So leverage margin required with a $1 lot. So 0.1 lot is $1 per pip. So that's easy to calculate. And we can see here that 1 to 30 requires $1,000 per trade, minimum. 1 to 50 requires $800 to trade, per trade. And 1 to 500 only requires $200. Okay, so this gives you leverage to actually make a lot more money. And if you control your risk, as I'm going to explain in the next few minutes, then of course you'll understand why it works so well. So the best trading tools for trading gold, what I call the outside bars, as you've seen in the previous slide. This is a great example of my MT4 chart. I'm going to go live to my chart in the next few minutes just to show you. This gives you a flavour. We don't always win, surprise, surprise. But nonetheless, you can see that the profits are quite enormous. And most people don't see these kind of profits. But if you want to join the auto trading system with our broker, then a copy trade, as it's called, then you will emulate every trade that we do, but in a smaller scale, of course. But as you can see, if I give you these numbers here, minus 7,400, plus 13,000, plus 29,000, plus 7,000, minus 11, minus 32, that was a bad day, plus 6,900, plus 4,000, plus 2,000, plus 20,000, plus 20,000, plus 20,000, plus 21,000, plus 6,900. The net profit is 90,916. So we've got a lot of growth going on. So on to the 500,000 trading plan. It doesn't matter where you start from. The minimum requirement is $1,000. I'm going to explain how it works. So the risk, first of all, is 50 pips maximum. That's all we do with this technique. And we risk 5% on each trade. That's it, maximum 5% on each trade, sometimes less. The target is 100 pips, which is 2-to-1. Okay, sometimes more, because if the market's moving quickly, we'll just keep going with it. I'll explain that a bit more later as well. Our leverage is 1 to 500. So that's why you can start with $1,000. And we use a compounding delta of 10. So let me explain in a little bit more detail about that. So you start with $1,000, and for each successful trade, we profit $100. So $1 per pip, 100 pips gives us $100. And the system is the same across the board. So this is generic, but nonetheless gives you a flavour of what we can expect. Now the delta of 10 means that we have to double your account. So if you start with $1,000 or $10,000, we have to double your account before we increase the lot size. Once we increase the account to double, we then can go double the lot size by risking the same amount, if that makes any sense. So we're always risking 5% initially. So in this case, $2 per pip, 50 pips, you're risking $100, 5%. But the target is 2 times, which gives us $200. So far, so good. And so therefore, once we double it here, we double it 4,000, 8,000, 16,000, 32,000, 64,000 to 128,000. So this is the $500,000 plan where the lots increase exponentially, but only once we've doubled each account. Good so far? Also, we guarantee no upfront fees, and we also guarantee that there will be no fees. We highlight this, that's really, really important. No fees until you have doubled your account. So you have no charges. You got your spreads, of course, with the broker, that's normal, but no charges from us until you double your account. So if you start with 10,000, you go to 20,000, you will not be charged until it doubles. So if you start with 2,000, it goes to 4,000, then you'll be charged 30% of the profits. Only once we've done that will you be charged at all from us for the service we're going to give you. Don't forget, if you have any questions, then you can email us, you can message us on Telegram, you can contact us on the website. So gold trading software, 100% profits, which is the target we go for. Guaranteed no fees. Okay, no upfront fees. We don't charge upfront fees with this system. So step 1, you need to open an account with our broker. The link is below. Sign and agree to the disclaimers, accepting the risk that you're willing to accept, and obviously link up with the broker software. And then you contact us and the broker to turn the software, or you just contact us and we'll let the broker know to turn the software on. So no guaranteed no fees until the account has doubled. Then we charge 30% of the profits shared, 70% to you. So we make you 100,000, then we'll invoice you for 30,000. That is the system. So I've jumped into TradingView now and show you the outside bars, the fake breakouts, as we call them, or false breakouts, whatever you want to call them. I call them outside bars, and I've highlighted a few points here. So there's one there, there's one there, there's one there which is live now. I'll show you that in a minute on MT4, and there's one there. And notice that we always have less than 50 pip stop, and we always have a much bigger target. So that's 165 pips profit, that's 136 pips profit, 38 pip stop, that's 36 pip stop, and 146 pip profit. That one is, so that's the outside bar. Let me drag that one there. So that's the outside bar there. So you're just looking for reversals. I'm going to explain that on the 5-minute chart in a moment. And you can see that continuation. So a nice 44 pip stop and 125 pip target. And this one here, 43 pip and 109 pips, and so on it goes. So 50 pips and 145 pips. I can show you these forever. There's two there together, so 228 pips. And what's that one? 236 pips. So you can get massive moves with this system, and the key to it is, I'm going to show you in a minute, is to hold on to your trade, which most people don't do. Most people pull out too quickly and regret it because it's gone on to much bigger things. Now I trade off my MT4 chart. I look at TradingView, I go to see the outside bars, then I pull into the MT4 chart. And what I'm looking for is a couple of things to look for. Once we know that we've got an outside bar, at the top here, for instance, we had one, and you're waiting for CHOCH. You don't need to understand this really because we do it for you. But nonetheless, any change of character is a reversal point, and that's what we're looking for to enter. There's one here recently. We're still live in this one. So there we go. That is where we are at. So there's the change of character. CHOCH comes up live on your chart. And this is a breakout trade as well. And this is our trailing stop. So as the price comes down, this catches up with the price. So even though you may be risking there your 5%, 50 pips, your target is down here, you'll quickly, maybe not as quick as this usually, but you're just coming back every hour or so and you're locking in profits, you're minimizing it. So there's zero risk very, very quickly. And of course it then goes to target. Happy days. So you've actually banked your 10%, let's say, or 20%. So we risk 5% to attract either 10% or even 20% sometimes. So in this instance here, you can see we have change of character and we have change of trend. We had a baseline order block liquidity area here on the TradingView charts. If you've got price action charts, you'll understand exactly what I mean. And the price moves up. And as long as the price stays above this blue line, which is our stop, as you can see my entry price around here. Got in a bit late, but never mind. Could have gone in here, or I could have waited for the pullback here with a nice even tighter stop. But nonetheless, so what's happening now as the market moves, I'll be moving my stop up. Markets are closed at the moment. So we're just looking for the price to come up to this area. You can see my target here at this previous high. So it's a great way to trade. If you don't have the gold software, then just get in touch. If you want the price action charts, just get in touch. And if you're interested in any of this, the auto trading software, the copy trading, and you want to invest, then please get in touch. The links are all below.